Everyone, and welcome to the beautiful book haul. I have 6 gorgeous romance recommendations for you, and I say gorgeous because they all have beautiful new covers that are totally going to make you swoon. I have personally assessed each of them, and they all rank at the top of my list for both a beautiful addition to your bookshelf, as well as having hunky book boyfriends on the covers you totally want to date in real life. I'm not sure why, but it just makes the book that much better when the guy in the front is a total hottie. So the first 2 books are part of the Harlequin 75th Anniversary Collection, and they both have these beautiful signature Harlequin red spines and gold 75th anniversary stamps, which you'll also find on the covers. And the other 4 are the first books to get updated covers for each series line. So we have Harlequin Presents, Harlequin Special Edition, Harlequin Montana Mavericks, and Harlequin Fortunes of Texas. And I'm totally in love with this royal blue color on the end of these 3 spines. It's very modern and fresh looking, and that is not only my romance reader opinion, but my professional graphic design opinion as well. Yes, I'm actually a full-time graphic designer, well, when I'm not reading romance books. So, hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Lisa London Books, and you are watching the Harlequin Books channel, where we talk all about romance books. All right, let's go through the ones that are part of the 75th Anniversary Collection, and then we'll do the ones with the new series line covers after that. So, our first 2 books each come with bonus stories, so you get a nice 2-for-1 with each of these. The first one is Taming a Heartbreaker by Brenda Jackson, and this is your classic story of a diehard playboy, Redford, whose heart was broken by a cheating girlfriend, which prompts him to then swear off love forever to avoid getting hurt again. The only problem is hopelessly romantic Carmen believes she can change him, but after their first night together, he ghosts her, and then a month later, she ends up pregnant. So we'll have to read this to find out how Redford responds when he finds out. And then when you're done with that, you can check out the bonus story at the end of this book, which is A Little Bit of Love by Cynthia Williams, and it's a love story about a cop and a restaurant owner. The next book is No Turning Back by Lindsay McKenna, where we have 2 active duty military personnel in love with each other. The only problem is Ram is not only a captain, but he's Dare's captain, so he's her superior and she's part of his team. He's been desperately in love with her for 2 years and silently keeping it to himself until now. So you'll want to read this to see how they survive an active deployment and navigate being in love while serving together. And the bonus story here is A Cold Case Investigation by Nicole Helm, which is a romantic suspense about an arson investigator and a PI set in Wyoming. Now we're on to the books with updated covers for each series line. Our first book is Her Venetian Secret by Caitlin Cruz. So Beatrice is a prim and proper headmistress who decides to let loose one night and ends up having a one-night stand with Cesare, a super hunky hottie she meets at a nightclub. They don't exchange names, and she finds herself pregnant with no idea how to find the father. But, surprise, Beatrice ends up with a summer job working for Cesare as a babysitter to his sister. Unfortunately, Cesare doesn't recognize Beatrice and is about to get engaged that summer to someone else, so you'll want to read this to find out if Beatrice finally fesses up and tells Cesare who she is, or waits to see if he figures it out himself. Now, we are on to the books with the beautiful royal blue spines I'm so in love with. The first is a Harlequin Special Edition, Her New York Minute by Darby Bayham. We have a super career-focused Liv, and Liv has just arrived in New York for the year to prove herself at work so she can get a promotion at the end of this temporary 1-year assignment in the US before returning to the UK. So she doesn't want to waste any time with something frivolous like romance, but she has a super long flirtation with Thomas at the airport, so she figures, why not track him down and just see what happens. The next book is Sweet Talkin' Maverick by Christy Jeffries, and while I love all books in today's book haul, this is by far my favorite. I've always been a huge fan of cowboy romances, but I couldn't put this book down. It wasn't just the romance either. I was totally into the whole business of running a ranch and monetizing cattle. Like, that part of the story completely had me captivated. I didn't even want to skip over finding out what the best fertilizer is for the land and how to assess cattle ranch profitability and value. I was completely mesmerized by this entire book. But back to the actual romance. So Dylan is a forever bachelor who is not looking to get settled down anytime soon. And Robin is the girl who's had a crush on Dylan since high school. But lucky for her, Dylan needs her farm expertise to keep his ranch afloat. The last book is Fortune's Baby Claim by Michelle Major, and it's the craziest setup ever. So Ryan and Esme are both single parents, and their babies were switched at birth at the hospital, unbeknownst to them at the time. And then 3 months later, Esme does one of those at-home DNA kits because she's no longer in touch with the father, and she just wants to find out more biological medical history for her baby. And then she finds out the baby isn't actually hers. Now, neither of them wants to raise their babies alone. So this is like the perfect couple meet cute ever. And that's a wrap on the beautiful book haul of all the books that you could add to your bookshelf. Now, you don't need to display them on your bookshelf, but they're so pretty. I don't know why you wouldn't want to. All right. Happy reading. And remember, if you like hearing about romance books, that's all we talk about on this channel. So make sure to hit the subscribe button below, and we will see you soon. Bye.